1855, the Yakama people lived across more than 12 million acres of land, 14 tribes and bands, connected through family, trade, salmon, and ceremony. The rivers were their highways, the mountains their grocery stores, the land their identity. This is the homeland Governor Isaac Stevens wanted for the United States. On June 9, 1855, Governor Stevens called the Yakama leaders to Walla Walla. After days of pressure and negotiation, the Yakama Treaty of 1855 was signed.
Keep your traditions and receive protections from the U.S.
But we'll lose 12 million acres.
Sure, you get 1.1 million acres, and we'll build you schools, hospitals, and everything else you need, including mills. Just go back to your land.
On one hand, my people will be safe. But on the other hand, look at his greedy eyes. He wants to take all of our land and minimize our rights. But on the other hand, I can demand we have those rights.
The treaty promised 200,000 over 20 years in compensation for the lost land, and 2 schools, a hospital, blacksmith and carpenter shops, a sawmill, flour mill, and skilled workers to teach trades. But the Yakama insisted on rights that could never be surrendered. Fishing at all the usual and accustomed places, hunting, gathering foods, and traveling public highways freely. The treaty said the Yakama had 2 years before settlers entered their lands. But just 12 days after the treaty was signed, Governor Stevens opened Yakama lands to white settlers.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is Yakama land.
Hey, Governor said it was free land.
What? He said we have 2 years. He broke his word.
Well, I don't care.
Then, things got worse. The official treaty map was misfiled for 75 years, put under M for Montana. Federal agents redrew boundaries, shrinking the Yakama reservation even further. More land lost, more settlers flooding in. With the treaty violated, Chief Kamayakan called for resistance. The Yakama, supported by neighboring tribes, prepared to fight.
They took our land and they broke their promises. We will have our land back.
From 1855 to 1859, battles erupted into what became known as the Yakama War. Raids, counter-raids. The final phase became known as the Cordialine War. In the end, the Yakama were forced onto the reservation, the one originally promised, although it was far smaller than agreed. In 1887, the Dawes Act attacked tribal land again, breaking reservations into individual 80-acre plots. The surplus land, 90 million acres nationally, was sold to non-natives. The Yakama reservation shrank again. In the mid-1900s, Washington state tried to restrict native fishing to protect white fisheries, but the treaty said the Yakama could fish at all the usual and accustomed places, so native people resisted.
Stop. What the fish, man? You're not allowed to fish here. What? According to state law, only people from official fisheries can fish here.
What?
Why?
According to the Yakama Treaty of 1850, we are allowed to fish here.
But state law. He's mine.
Well, no. Federal law. He's mine.
State law.
I think we should take this to court. Fish court.
1974, Judge George Bolt ruled that treaty tribes were entitled to 50% of the harvest and were co-managers of the fisheries, a landmark decision that reshaped Washington state forever. Today, the Yakama Nation is fighting to reclaim 90,000 acres in Washington state. Their fishermen still stand on scaffolds at ancient fishing sites. Their scientists restore salmon runs. Their leaders defend treaty rights, rights written in 1855 and still honored today. The Yakama Treaty of 1855 wasn't just a document. It was a promise broken, fought for, and reaffirmed. And today, the Yakama people continue to protect their land, their rights, and their future, just as they always have.